intuited through her connection with the natural world, particularly the ancient trees, light-filled fields, and expansive ocean vistas of the Pacific Northwest, where she was a child. Reinforced by a beloved Baptist minister grandfather, refined through the work she did to get her master's degree in social ethics, and shared with the larger community through her practice as a spiritual director, among other things. My mother is faithful in her expectation that we can do better, that we can be vessels for God's justice on earth, and this led her to South Africa for 8 years, where she and my father worked against the evils of apartheid, while having 3 kids in 4 years, mind you. Her experiences as a white American woman in South Africa led her to write a powerful book years later called The Boy Child is Dying, with a foreword by Alan Payton. It's a lovely series of stories of our time there. Her sense that we can do better led her to start, along with a group of women friends, including Daryl Mark, who is here today, the Mustard Seed Foundation, which supports a small rural farm community in South Africa. It's run by a longtime woman friend of my mother's, Joan Reeve, who took over the farm in a very male, patriarchal climate and culture after her husband died prematurely from cancer. And Joan set out to make her small farm and the community surrounding it a model of economic and racial justice in a situation where that was very challenging. So there's a coherence, a consistency, and integrity to my mother's faith that inspires me. It doesn't get me out of doing my own work. I have to plant my own seeds and build my own house with care, but it sure beats building on